burrito. This is why we're such good duck hunters. These aren't breakfast burritos. These are duck hunter fuel cells. Well, luck would have it, somebody set up exactly where we wanted to set up. Literally thousands of acres, miles of hide land out here, and they pick our spot. So we haven't hunted out here enough to really know where we have backup spots. So we're trying to explore. The problem is that the water out here is so shallow. When the tide's out, it's just starting to come back in good. So we just have a problem with oh, somebody's shining the light. It's been known to happen. Someone gets to your spot before you do. The pros and cons of hunting public spaces. This land is my land. This land is your land. So the song goes. There's a paddle in there. No. It can be frustrating getting up in the first few hours of the day, driving for 2.5 hours just to get to where you're going, only to find a pair of headlamps bobbling around in the dark, throwing out decoys. If you're going to hunt public land, this is a scenario you must get used to. Always have a plan B. Lucky for Jeremy and I, the lower Columbia is massive. It didn't take too long before we found another spot to set up. With shooting light fast approaching, we rushed to get set up. Normally a poor decision, we chose not to amend the boat blind. If you have been hunting ducks very long, you know that the first 15 minutes of the day set the pace of the hunt. We had been doing well since the start of the season and didn't want that trend to end. As the morning progressed, birds kept working in, singles and doubles, with some larger groups here and there. It's debatable whether our skill as hunters led us to the success we were having that day, or if dumb luck was the major factor. Either way, we were on our way to a successful hunt in my book. Got two coming right at us. Around an hour into hunting, birds were starting to flare. With the sun getting higher in the sky, the lack of natural vegetation on the boat blind was making us stick out like a sore thumb.
Let me go get them.
Okay. With plenty of time left in the day, we jumped out and fixed this issue. It can be argued what is most important on a duck hunt: decoys, the size of the spread, placement, location, weather, etc. But no one can argue the importance of a good hide. If the birds can see you, the rest is inconsequential. Nice. Boonie.
Good bunch of birds way out there. I wonder if they're starting to stack up out there. Could be a single.
So we're having an okay day. We've got 5 mallards, a couple pintails, a couple widgeon, I think a spoonie. We've got 4 birds left to collect on, but it started out kind of rough. People got into our spot, kind of forced us to make changes on the fly, which we were not expecting to do because we have not hunted this area a lot. So it was kind of a little bit frustrating at first, but I think we did okay. we would have set up a little bit differently in the beginning if we'd known. But yeah, I mean, we're just out here kind of grinding it out. Birds seem to be kind of working us. We finally got the blind situated. Had to add some grass to it, but the water's come up about 6 feet on the tide here, so we were standing on ground just out in front of us here earlier this morning, and now there's about 6 foot of water there, so at least 3 or 4. But yeah, I mean, just sometimes it takes a little while, but we seem to be doing okay. Oh, we got one coming right over the back of us here, left side. Nice. Hell yeah.
Let's drop 4 real quick, man.
Ready? Fucking get him, get him. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Catching right. Ready? Now. The GoPro died right as we shot some geese. We didn't even have goose decoys out. Jeremy let out a few honks. They circled around a couple times and just came right in. So Jeremy shot a badass mallard. I think it's a farm duck hybrid, but it's still pretty cool. It's got a huge white ring around the neck. It's got white wing tip on the feathers. But we had a great day. We got into some geese. Right as the GoPro died, I didn't have a chance to change the battery out. And we had about 15 geese work in. I had 1 shell in my gun. It just, the way it worked out. Got one honker, Jeremy got 2. Or well, a cackler and a honker, but anyway. My tide waders worked out okay. We'll talk about them later.